Hey everybody, Sprigsel here. Now I have a mod that unlocks the camera, the zoom function, so I can zoom out quite far out and basically like an SPG. Now this offers a really unique position in the sense that I can now kind of do World of Tanks kind of casting, in the sense that I could keep an eye on what other people are doing by zooming out like this far and getting an idea of where people are going and who they're attacking. Obviously I can't see what the other team is doing for you know, unless we spot them, and this is obviously a recording, it's not a live thing because there is no spectator script as far as I'm aware. I mean, if there was, I think it would open up a lot of things to the community, as it were. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cast this the best way I can. I'm going to make many mistakes, and it's probably not going to be that entertaining, but it's just an idea that something that I'd really like to get into, casting of some description, because I think I'd be quite good at it. But it's all about practice, so away we shall go. So this is one of the new maps that you've probably not seen before on the recent 8.5 patch. It's called Pearl River, I think it's Pearl River. Yeah, Pearl River. This is a standard battle. I've never played anything other than a standard battle on this map, and it's quite an interesting map, this one. So it's let's go. There's a couple of routes that you can take. You could take the north route, or you could take the left or west route for the team on this side, and on the other side obviously you start in the middle, so you've got the option of moving anywhere really. So the KV-1S is going to head straight into the middle, probably going to be the first to die because that's quite a silly position. My tank is going to sit on a hill somewhere and see if it can snipe off, as it does. The Indian Panzer, which is one of the new tier 8 medium tanks from Germany, is deciding to go with me. The M41 is obviously going into position. The other KV-1S to the north, or to the top of the screen, is moving around the alternative route along with the M3 Lee. Now obviously I can't see all this sort of stuff, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on the people that are in my vision. The KV-1S from the middle has decided that it's time to do something else. The T28 prototype is going into a position, it looks like, at the T29, and the 87 are following behind me. The M41 is obviously still sitting. The KV-1S has decided to go to the north route, which is quite sensible because the middle route is quite difficult. And the first engagement that we can see here is me and the Indian Panzer taking on this T34. Now this T34 is in a bit of a horrible position. It's kind of moving through a choke point. I can zoom in a little bit so you can have an idea of where it is. There's the choke point that this tank is going to. It feels it's got good cover, but it's not actually got any good cover, considering that there's now 3 tanks shooting down into it. To the far corners, to the left and to the northwest up there, there are tanks moving around. This SU-8 is just coming to focus on the artillery. There is also the ARL-44 up there that you can now see. I can show you that better by zooming in. I'm going to get a shot off. I get a really quite nice shot on that. The SU-8 has gone down from the Indian Panzer, which is pretty good. The T-71 is doing its job and scouting quite nicely. It's got the T-43 in its view. I can't imagine that T-71 is going to last much longer. It's now found the SU-101, which I can't see. Actually, I can see in my position. But I'm focusing purely on the T-34, and I now bounce off my front armour because obviously I've got front armour of 250 millimeters. The scout goes down. Now on the other side, the battle is not progressing very well. The KV-1Ss that all 3 of them went over there have all dropped. The M3 Lee has also dropped, unfortunately, and for not very much reward. Obviously the T-34 and the Pershing have just taken out 2 of their tanks, so it gives them a better opportunity. Now, when I'm penetrating here, I'm not penetrating very well, but the Indian Panzer's moved slightly and he's got a very nice hit on the T-34. Now the IS-6 here is going to become a problem. The Indian Panzer's going to try and take it on and is not going to be very successful. Now, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. It's very difficult to know what to do in this position because I can move, but I can't move very quickly. I've decided to move back and get into a position where I can overlook this little area here, the area that the AT-7 and the T-29 are in. I'm going to move because of 2 reasons. The one reason is the IS-6, when it comes through here, if it gets through here, will come through there, and I would like to take it out, as is the T-43. My only problem is that there is a back route, as you can see to the left there, that can go right behind, so I need to make sure that I'm in position. Now, there's also the IS-6 that's coming through, and it looks like the north route has kind of fallen. I mean, although the Pershing is still there, and whatever the other heavy tank is, which I can't see, I think it's the T-34, those 2 tanks are in a battle with the Panther, and obviously the Panther 2 has taken out the Pershing. I'm now going to hit the IS and see if I can destroy this IS, which I get a couple of decent shots off on it. The T-28 prototype is taking damage. The AT-7 is trying to engage on to the IS-6, and I am hitting the IS quite nicely, and I get the kill, which I'm very pleased about. The M41 there has not really done very much, and it's unfortunate because I think this map's not that great for artillery. I think there's a lot of cover. The T-28 prototype takes out the IS-6, which is absolutely fantastic. We needed that to be taken out for this to win. The T-34 is still engaging the Panther 2, but I'm not too sure how long that is going to last. The T-43 is now engaging our AT-7, and that battle's not going to last very long because of the manoeuvrability of the T-43 compared to the AT-7. The T-28 prototype, though, is in a decent position, and I am assuming that that will and has got shots on the T-43, which is absolutely correct. Now, my position here is purely Overwatch. I'm trying to make sure that something doesn't happen. Unfortunately, in a second you will see, because I remember, that there's a scout that comes right round the back. It takes out the M41 rather quickly, and I'm in the process of trying to turn around. Now, we lose the T-34, we lose the AT-7, and we've lost the M41, which means that we're left with 2 tanks. Luckily for us, the T-28 takes the prototype, takes the T-43 out. I'm now going to take, or try and take out the AMX here. Or the T-28 will take out. But now I'm going to focus on the SG-101 here.
We didn't even scratch him.
I bloody bounce, which is unfortunate, really. The AMX is now coming up to my rear. I saw the tree fall. It is now going to try and hit me in the rear here. Luckily for me, I don't think it knows that I'm here, but it does know I'm there now because it's now dead. Now I'm going to move into a position where this SU-101 is going to try and hit me. I'm also getting hit by the Panther 2, which will not last very long because I killed it with 1 shot. It was obviously quite well damaged. So the SU-101 is now going to come into view. I'm going to do my best to turn and actually shoot it. My turning circle is really quite terrible. And it takes me about 3 minutes and I get hit on the side. The T-28 is obviously engaging now. I got a decent hit and the T-28 is going to go around there and finish it. So here we are with 2 people left. They've got 2 people left. The SU-101 is going to go down. The T-28 prototype in the process will also be going down from the ARL-44. Now I have a decent advantage because my tank is very well armoured. The ARL-44 is a tier 6 heavy tank on the French side, which means it's not very armoured, but it's got a decent weapon on it, as you can see by the T-28 prototype. So the final battle, as it were, I knew roughly where the ARL-44 is. But I decide to do against what the people have been saying me, because unfortunately I don't see this in game. I didn't see what they were typing. So I don't know if they're going to tell me that I'm a dick for doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I am in a bit of a little pickle here, because obviously he's got the high ground, he's got the ability to flank, he's got more manoeuvrability, and he's probably a lot quicker than I am. I unfortunately don't have very much manoeuvrability, but I do have the power. I do have the power, as you can tell by the camera angles, and I get a blip on him, which is quite amazing actually. So he should move here. He's in a silly position. He should be moving right now. He shouldn't be waiting for me to hit him like that. Now I bounced, unfortunately, but the second shot I get a really nice hit on his turret. Now I was hoping my reload would take less time. Now this is where it gets a bit funky. He sits behind here and does a little manoeuvre here. I don't know if he moves back or he moves forward. He knocks the tree over, which gives him away a little bit. I'd take a shot just purely because I saw the tree fall. I'm going to move left, make sure he's not moving there, and then I'm going to move right because he bounces here off me. He shoots me and gives his position away, and I get the final kill. And that's it. That was very enjoyable. I enjoyed that mission, and I hope you guys enjoyed the casting. I hope it wasn't too terrible. Let me know in the comments below if it's useful for me to do this every time, or if you'd prefer me just to talk like an idiot, like normal.